Someone once told me the most dangerous moment in their life wasn't when they were at rock bottom, it was when they were almost getting better. They had just enough hope to believe a promise and just enough exhaustion to fall for the wrong one. That one mistake cost them money they didn't have, time they couldn't spare, and confidence they've never fully gotten back.
And that is why scams hit so hard. They show up at the exact moment your brain is too tired to sort through details. When you're overwhelmed by flare-ups, bills, and fear about the future, your defenses drop. You're not stupid, you're exhausted, and scammers know exactly what exhausted people look like.
Here's the truth most people don't learn until it's too late. Scammers don't look for uninformed people. They look for tired people. People fighting through pain. People running out of options. People who would never fall for the scam on a good day, but who are completely vulnerable on a bad one. It isn't lack of intelligence. It's lack of bandwidth. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Michael, and my work focuses on helping people build sustainable income from home while dealing with bodies and circumstances that don't always cooperate. If you're returning, thank you for being here. What we're talking about today matters whether you've been scammed before or you're just trying to avoid it.
I'm Allison. I'm Michael's sister, and I handle the mindfulness and grounding tools you'll hear throughout this episode. These aren't here to make you feel better. They're here to help you make better decisions when your brain is overloaded and your body is demanding rest. When your cognitive load is already maxed out because of illness or stress, your brain takes shortcuts. Those shortcuts save energy, but they also make you trust faster, ask fewer questions, and miss the red flags you would normally catch.
This is not a character flaw. This is biology. Your brain is trying to conserve resources, and scammers have studied this response so well, they can predict exactly when you'll be most receptive to their pitch.
Here's the second danger. The people running these scams are not amateurs. They use scripts written by psychologists. They study human behavior. They test which promises make people click and which fears make people comply. They already know your weak spots before you ever meet them.
And they use precision timing. They appear right after a hospital bill hits, right after a flare ruins your work week, right when you tell yourself, I can't keep living like this. That is not coincidence. That is targeting. They monitor support groups. They watch for specific phrases like, I'm desperate, or I need something fast. They know that people in chronic pain communities, caregiver forums, and disability groups are dealing with constant resource depletion, and they position themselves as the solution right when you're most likely to say yes without thinking it through.
The best defense isn't willpower, it's slowing down the emotional reaction. Scammers rely on urgency because urgency shuts off the part of your brain that evaluates risk. If you can pause, even for 10 seconds, the spell breaks. This is where mindfulness becomes a survival tool, not meditation, not positivity, a simple moment of awareness that widens your choices. Let's try it right now. Take one slow breath in. Release it. Ask yourself quietly, does this offer calm me or rush me? Does this message make me feel safe or afraid? If fear is doing the talking, the message is not trustworthy.
Let's talk about the patterns. Almost every scam aimed at low-energy earners includes three things: a promise of fast money, a promise of low effort, and a story that makes you feel chosen. If it sounds like they are reading your mind, that is because they are reading thousands of people exactly like you. They've tested the language. They know which words trigger hope and which ones trigger urgency.
And there is another layer. Scammers mirror your symptoms. They say things like, this is perfect if you have brain fog, or you don't need energy to do this, it's all automated. They repeat your struggles back to you because familiarity builds trust. When someone finally speaks your language, you feel seen, but being seen is not the same as being safe.
I've watched this happen to people I care about. Someone in a support group posts about needing flexible work because of their condition. Within hours, someone slides into their messages with a perfect opportunity that requires zero experience, pays immediately, and only takes a few minutes a day. It sounds too good to be true because it is. But when you're in pain, when you're scared about money, when you're watching your savings disappear, your brain wants to believe it. Your brain needs to believe it.
But here is the part nobody talks about. Even legitimate opportunities can become dangerous when you are burned out. You might say yes to something you cannot physically sustain. You might choose a path that drains you so hard it becomes worse than the scam. Fatigue does not just make you vulnerable to predators, it makes you vulnerable to the wrong kind of work.
A real remote job that requires 40 hours of video calls every week is legitimate work. But if you have chronic fatigue or migraines, that job will destroy you just as effectively as any scam would. The paycheck might be real, but the cost to your health is still too high. And that is exactly what we are breaking down in the next episode. The hidden energy costs that turn good opportunities into bad ones. Because a side hustle can be legitimate and still wreck your health. You need to know the warning signs before you commit to anything.
Let's ground again before we close. Take a breath. Place one hand anywhere on your body that feels tense. Press gently. Tell yourself, slower is safer. My decisions deserve time. My energy deserves protection. Repeat these silently. I pause before I commit. I honor my energy before I say yes. My value is not in my output. I choose opportunities that protect my health. I do not rush. I do not panic. I move with clarity.
If you have ever fallen for something or almost did, you are not alone and you are not foolish. You were overwhelmed, hopeful, or scared. And that is exactly when people like you deserve protection, not judgment.
Join us for the next episode, where we expose the hidden costs inside legitimate work. Not scams, not fakes. Real opportunities that still drain you dry if you choose them on the wrong day. You deserve income that does not punish your health. We'll show you how to find it.
Thank you for sharing some of your day with us. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share to help us reach more people who need to hear this.